Hi guys, Luís here, estate agent in Central Portugal. Today we are very close by the village Vale Prazeres, very well known village, close by the Gardunha Mountain, which is on our left. We are at the range of the Gardunha Mountain. To show you a 4.5 hectare farm. The access, I believe by now you understood, it's a paved access road into the property, and we will find a ruin with 98 square meters, which you can renovate as an habitation. For water we find 3 wells, a brook, a bigger brook at the limit of the property, several trees, so a lot to see. Come along with me, let's check it out. And so starting from the access road, which is this is the road that brings us from Vale Prazeres. We have a couple more villages in between, which is just 5 kilometers away. And this is the access in the property, starts at this pillar, which is a landmark, in a straight line to the top area or the top location of the property, and this is the front of the property. All of this part basically is a pine yard, very mature. They are grown, so if you want to keep them, go ahead. If not, yeah, just cut them. You can sell it to gain some money or use it for some building materials. It's really up to you, but you do have the possibilities. They are here already. Most of it is clean, as you can see here. It was plowed out of safety regarding fire risk. And by law it's mandatory that from the main road in you maintain clean for some meters, which this is the case. So legally the property is maintained. This pillar that you see here, it's telephone, so you do have access to telephone here. And these ones, which are in cement, this is electricity. So if you want to, it's quite an easy connection for you to pull the electricity into the property. And this is legally 2 properties, basically the left and right of this access road. This is a public road, and we are selling both in one single deal. This right area, which will be the more homey area, it's where we will find the house, the olive trees and the wells, and the left part, mainly it's olive trees. And let us start by going here. We'll go to the top or the highest point of the property, so you can have an idea. This is going up a little bit. This is the Gardunha Mountain, by the way. And then we will end at the corner on the far side of this right piece. So let's go in. Access by any car. Basically we are already on the property, but bear in mind that this is public and you need to give access to other properties, of course. So here on this area we have pines both right and left. Some big cleared areas, and this is an access, but the property, the limit is here, so you can close this, but this is the access to the house, which leads straight to the house. But out of the sake of the video and for you to better understand the shape of the property, let's go to the highest point, and then we will go in this right side, because the left one, I believe by now you start to understand, and from the drone footage even better. Basically it's these, some mounds, some big boulders like that one over there, and pines mainly. We do find some corks, not many. This is one of them. Yeah, but as you can notice, the road is quite easy to use. Let me just point you back. And this is winter season, and the road is in a good shape. And by the way, this is true north, going up into the Gardunha. From here we can already see the house. which is in ruin condition, 100 square meters. Well, to be honest, 98 square meters. And here on our right side, it's completely cleared, no trees at all. But on the left, they do continue on. Big pines, big pines. And all of that you see at the distance, that's the Gardunha range. We do have some neighbors along the Gardunha, so this road is used by those, of course. And reaching to the limit. So this is a neighbor's orchard, and the limit, it's here. The property, it's not fenced at all. So here again we have the neighbor, not fenced also. And our property, it's all of this. To our left and to our right, there's the landmark just there. And it's a straight line to that first landmark that I showed you. So basically it's a rectangle that widens up. So again, this right side, it's what you see, a pine yard. Now let us pay our attention into this left side. And here we are at the highest point of the property. Some nice views of the surrounding. We do have a lot of pines on all of this area, and mostly all that we see, it's ours. And through our back, or to the Gardunha, which is north, we have orchards, vineyards, some old houses, old cottages, some animal grazing land over there. So yeah, all of this area I would see, of course, with a nice good plantation of new trees on all of this field. These are properties with a lot of content of water. We will find 3 wells along the property, and we do have the small brook and the bigger one at the limit. Let us go in just here so I can show you the first well. And basically the green patch is our property, which borders a small brook that comes uphill and then it descends, which passes more or less in the middle of our property. Let me just show you the brook, which is just there. So basically this comes from upstream and then it accompanies our property, but it shifts right. It cuts on this side of those pines, which are ours, so there's still a big chunk of property on the left. And then it goes down. And solely by the color of the land, by the greenery, I can imagine you also that we do have a lot of water here. We even have a little bit of a soggy area, which is here. We call these patches in Portuguese lameiro, where during the summer these are ideal for nice gardens. So we have a first well just here. It's not clean, okay, which basically is fed from that brook over there. And it sustains water all year round, and you can see just from these brambles over there, there's a lot of water here. And then it even overflows and it creates this soggy area just there. But of course our property does continue on, but we will circle around it. Because that part is not maintained. It should be cleared, ideally of course. As long as this part, yeah, it was plowed, quite nice. So that's the limit where we turn right. So all of this. I can hear my colleague at the distance, just there, Nuno. He's doing the Portuguese tour today. But well, let's continue on. And this is that soggy area. I brought my wellies today, so far so good. But from here, I want to give you perspective. We have some boulders here, and the property does go up a little bit on this left side. And we have the house, which we will go just next, just there. But I want to explain that so-called lameiro, this water line, which comes from that brook, the well, all of this. And it appears here again. I believe you can see the water just there, some reflections. And it continues on. So this is that place which is soggier than the rest. It creates like a small valley. And I can very well see a reservoir being done here quite easily with a machine. So you can enjoy and use along the summer. But again, summer veggies, these are ideal for it. Very well, continue on. So mainly in regards to trees on the property, we will find some corks, not many, some cork trees, some normal ones, which are the stone oak, mainly pines. We will find our olive trees at the bottom of the property. So yeah, some good variety. And here, this is where, more or less at the middle of the property, you can create your house, which is in the condition of ruin, as it sits. This was built by the great-great-great-grandfather of the present owner, the seller. And just to start here, an amazing wood oven, or pizza oven, or bread oven, there are a lot of names for it. Made in stone, still functional. Quite ingenious, quite something. There you go. Which is a nice feature, regardless if you want to use it out of the purpose it was built, or just as a decorative piece. In here we find the 98 square meter ruin, which you can, of course, renovate. All of this, the stones come to here, and all of this for you to rebuild at pleasure, with the proper authorization from the City Hall, of course. But it's a pre-existence, so there's not even a chance that it will not be allowed. Very old. The land does come up a little bit, and the view to our front, which basically is true south. The sun rises on the left and it will set on the right. So quite a good sun exposure. It's quite a beautiful, amazing building. So 98 square meters on the ground floor. Some eucalyptus is there, a big one. Let me show you the front. Yeah, probably these were some pigsties at some point, and the main room at the back would be the home, the house. Quite beautiful, these stone buildings. They're always quite something. At the moment we have some rooms, of course, you will renovate it at will. This one is completely overgrown. Hi guys. And yet another one. So all in all, 98 square meters, which you can rebuild. Electricity just down at the land, at the road. And that way is that road that when we were going up, we could have turned right straight into the house. Here we start to have some olives already. We have like, I would say around 20 of them. Let me just circle a little bit here so we can check that lower area. Yeah, and this is the access which led us to the track when we entered on the property, just there. And here it flattens more or less. We do have a highest bit here and then it lowers onto the road. So we've seen one well at the top of the property. And now let us cross this part here, which I believe you understand by now. We have this natural made valley, which this, when it's raining, of course, it's more soggy, even by the vegetation, I believe you notice it. And then it continues on. And there are some ditches with an overflow, which remove the extra water from the land. And then it catches a public creek. And we will see a second well just there. A third one, we will not be able to see it because it's completely overgrown, which is here. But let me show you this second one, which is quite big. Which is this, full to the rim. Of course, this ideally should be cleared. And we are almost at the limit of the property along the road. Let me show you. Which is just there. But our property disconnects from the main road there, which we will walk, and then starts to go inland. So we have this kind of triangle here, which is not the property, but our line, it's this. And here in front of us, it's where it meets the bigger creek, which runs all around, which is the border of the property. I'm quite sure that you cannot hear it, because my microphone does take a lot of extra sound, but we can hear the water. So this is the limit of the property, and this is that pine yard with boulders, some corks, in between the smaller creek and the bigger one, and this is still a big chunk of land. Now let us go to the olive grove. The second well that we have seen already. This is where we find the third well, but again completely overgrown, so it needs to be cleared for one can even see it. And this is our olive grove. This is a flat area. We have olives left and right. It's 3 or 4 rows of olives. They need some pruning, but they are not in a bad shape at all. By the way, we have the house just there, having north on the back. And this area also, it's a nice veggie patch, even in between the olives or here on the side. At the end of the day, you do have 4.5 hectares, so 45,000 square meters of land for you to play around with. And this is a clear area. House just there, that mid-valley just there, coming this way, and our olive. Let me just get down to the road. I believe I can exit somewhere here for me to show you the front part of the road on this part here. And the pine area again. We always have some places where we can walk around. Yeah, but let us exit through here. Let's see if I don't fall. It would make quite a video, but yeah, not today, guys. So yeah, looking at the property, all of this. Our sale sign is just there. And we have a creek which runs all year round, which gathers all of this water coming from several places. Then it crosses under the road. And it's very private. We do have a small wall over there. This is the olive area part. This is where, from here, we can see the house. And here is where it starts to turn left and disconnects from the main road. So this triangle already belongs to another person, of course. And this is already that brook or creek that makes the limit of the property till the very back. And from now and then we have an exit to the other side. So the creek passes under just here, to here, and then it goes downstream. Quite a beautiful area. Gardunha Mountain does have a lot to offer. We have several villages. The bigger one close by is Vale Prazeres, just 60 kilometers away. Let me turn you my side. Hi guys. So Vale Prazeres is just 6 kilometers away, where you find all services for your daily needs. It's a very well-known villages. You have banks, ATMs, pharmacy, restaurants, cafes, supermarkets, all of those daily things that you may need. So all in all, we have a 4.5 hectare property. It's not fenced. We have a lot of water from 3 wells, a smaller brook and the bigger one, which creates the limit of the property. We have abundant pines for you to take some money every now and then, or to use as building materials, or if you want to, just leave it and just maintain it clear, of course, year round. We have that ruin with 98 square meters, which you can rebuild, presenting a project to the city hall, of course. No worries there. You have electricity here on the main road. Now a small tractor is passing by. And these are your neighbors, of course, working their lands. And guys, this is it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I keep on posting new properties. And give a thumbs up. It helps the reach of the channel to bring these properties to whomever may be interested in it. So guys, thank you so much again. See you next time. Bye bye. Cheers.